Market's under pressure. Yesterday I talked about, I know everyone's looking for a melt up, but yesterday I talked about that this could have been a failing rally up here in the S&Ps. This 475 level is important. I showed it yesterday, and we're cracking this 50-day moving average right now, and NASDAQ even weaker, twice as weak. Been talking about this for a few weeks. Turn on the YouTube for JJ. Do you watch it on both, JJ? You come in here and watch it on YouTube? Hi, Irina. How are you? Paul, what's up? The sell in the euro at 2070 is working out. Okay, on this pop. Remember partial profits. Okay, you prefer watching it on YouTube? Okay. Don't forget to, press the like button today for some decent ideas yesterday. Okay, so we'll see. I don't think this completes it, even though we're getting a little up candle here. Still think that there's maybe 1950 or so, but you never know. One comment I'd like to make is we had pretty good dollar weakness yesterday, right? And that really didn't help risk much, except for the precious metals. It didn't help stock indexes. They were soft, sloppy all day. And then yesterday I talked about in the dollar that we could end up developing some type of right shoulder, looking to buy pullbacks 90.80 to 91. That's working out well too. So we get a break above this 91.40 level, the highs from I think it was a week or so ago, and we're challenging it now. And I think we break through that. 92 is next. It actually is about 100 points or pips that could take it to 92.40. Okay, but you always say, for example, this is what I do. So I buy it here. I have a risk stop under the low, and we're up against resistance, and no one knows if we're going to penetrate it. I have a bias that we will, but you never know. So just in case it doesn't, you take a piece off from here to here and put some money in the bank. And now you could trail your stop to just under where you bought it at BE. You've made money and you've taken all the risk out of the trade. One of my favorite things to get to, you put some money in the bank and you have a riskless trade. Worst case scenario, if that stop gets hit, you made money. Who trades like that? And if not, I recommend you trying it. Partials are important because let's just say, for example, I'm doing good, Sinatra. The market fails from here and you didn't take anything. Okay, Kevin, you didn't take anything and we're back at 90.90. So all for naught, right? Now you have a big lead. You can give up profits for more profits and sit through giving back some profits. You have to do that if you're a holder and a swing trader. You have to be willing to give back some of your gains for more gains after some type of consolidation or retracement, right? But if you've taken a partial profit, it doesn't bother you because now you're only, say, for example, you have a half size position. And then if you still believe in the trade and it pulls back, you can recommit with that profit instead of with principal. It's just money management. Okay, you're a day trader, Paul. Okay. Uh, okay, so besides the euro cable, we start getting closes here under 38.18. It's going to measure 36. Keep an eye on that. The yen is trying to fade with weakness coming into the S&Ps. Aussie was stronger than euro yesterday and it failed from here. Now kind of looks like you have some type of neckline here or major support along this moving average. And if the S&Ps can't recover, you got to think there's lower numbers coming for Aussie as well. Even even the weak sister against a dollar is starting to bounce a little bit. USD CAD, Blake had on the chart of the day that we were approaching long-term uptrend support. I'm not sure if we got there. If we got there, that was the chart of the day. So when Blake comes on, you could show it, see if it tagged it or stopped before we got there. Metals had a fantastic day. Gold's given back half, but still doesn't look bad. You know, this type of thing usually is in the top, so there's probably another wave. And silver's really acting so much better than gold, as expressed in the gold silver ratio.
Coach, it
And
was the silver squeeze we talked about, right?
yeah, Reddit, right?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah,
Reddit?
exactly. Yes.
Yes. So,
Good
you know,
morning.
silver. Good morning. How are you, brother?
I'm very
So,
good.
yeah, I mean, really nice move in silver. You know, just to prove, although I know you guys already know that I'm wrong plenty and I miss plenty. And when we're up here, I wasn't expecting this candle. It looked to me like it was going to roll over. So fortunately, I was involved in other things and not short the precious metals. And we'll see. I mean, are we going to just drive to new highs here? Or could this be another failing rally? Just one counterpoint I have to the uh, precious metal bullish argument. And I noticed yesterday, like, you know, look at this move in gold, like gold, you know, made a new high here, right? Took out last week's highs. But then one of the strongest gold shares is Newmont. And we haven't taken out last week's highs. Same with GDX. Just a point that right now the miners are underperforming. I prefer longs and metals when they're holding up better than the bullion or they're leading the bullion. So just something to keep in mind that, you know, there could be at least a pullback, if not, you know, a bigger break. But you guys know I'm still looking for lower levels, but you know, it doesn't mean that gold can't go to say up here 1820 this is a real going to be a real big area. You know, you can't argue with it anymore. If we start getting back above 1850, then I think new highs for sure are coming. But you know, watch this. You know, we're starting to get a little bit of divergence here on some shorter term, like shorter term, we won't make a new high, but you know, barely confirmed on the 2 hour. But I don't think this is a top. I don't think markets top and then just grind down and collapse. I've seen them do it sometimes, but I usually miss trades like this. But if we get another rally to new highs, and we're not confirming, that's going to be a different story. But you know, the minute everyone started to buy that we were going to have a melt up in the stock market, one of my guests last week, and you know, a couple of my associates are talking about. I'm not saying it can't happen, but like I said, I have to trade what's in front of me, and the S&Ps look vulnerable, and the Nasdaq has been giving you a message for about 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not saying that this is going to be a big collapse, but I just want to show you guys something on the weekly. If we're about to take out this, and you know, what kind of formation do we have on the weekly, even on NASDAQ? What do you see? What do you see? All right, well, then you guys need a coach because what you head and shoulders, no, it could turn into that, Paul, but you have drive one right here, pullback, drive two, look at the glaring divergence on the weekly. So we could have, you know, could just be a break and then another rally for three. But action, you know, it never confirmed up here on the daily. This is NASDAQ. It diverged up all the way here. This was a new high. Look at the glaring divergence there. This is the 2 hour. So, you know, we've had divergences for quite some time in NASDAQ, and the S&Ps took out its last divergence last week. If you recall, what after we did this, I thought there was going to be another push up in the S&Ps because we had a confirmed high here on the daily, right? And then we pulled back right in here. See that? And then we made the move towards 4220, which was a number given to us by Christopher Inks at Texas West Capital. So, you know, so our guests give us very, yeah. Okay, a lot of room to the downside, right? So, a lot of good numbers and ideas come from our guests. We have Nargis today, and she has some great numbers. GAN, she does it in time and price, so stick around for Nargis 007 secret agent trader woman. Okay, and yeah, maybe. Okay, so anyway, you know, you're getting a dollar rally. I've always contended that we weren't going to have any kind of break in the S&Ps until the dollar turned. Remember? Hi, Nargis. I'll talk to you in about 18 minutes, secret agent woman. Okay, so remember for, you know, the last few weeks, I didn't think that we'd get a break in the market until we had a turn in the dollar. And that's happening. Okay, it's manifesting. We had a turn in the dollar last Thursday. There were signs in NASDAQ previously, but it took the dollar to turn to finally get some downside action in the S&Ps. Okay, so hope some of those ideas helped you. Anyone take advantage of the short euro down to the 50? Yeah, comes in right here, 40.13. Okay, and yesterday I talked about 2050 to 2070 sell zone in euro. Anyone take that? If you took it, peel off half and join so it happens more often. Okay, join Forex Analytics. Let's see, I think I'll join. Here's my money, guys. See? You even get Amanda to, you know, welcome me. Hi, Amanda. How are you today? Probably making a killing in cable this morning, right? All right. Anyway, you guys need to become part of this family, and you're not immersed in it if you're just attending face. You're only getting my, you know, you're getting some stuff from Blake. He still is guiding you, but really the meat, the main entree is our chat room and all this great research, right? So here, you know, you get all of this stuff everywhere. Anyone going to join today? I'll see if I could get you a discount if you go for semi-annual or annual. Let me know. All right, Blake, how you doing? Oh, you want a discount, Johan? Just go to our website, and whoever is going to help you there, you know, we have help on the website. Tell them Dale sent you and see what they'll do for you, okay? And anyone else besides Johan that might want to get peel off half and join so it happens more often. You like that, Steve? Okay. Blake, good morning, buddy. How are you? Oh, yeah, guys.
Sorry. Good morning.
It's all right. And guys, I got a haircut. Look at that,
wow.
huh?
You did. Look at you.
I went to it, you know, Blake, I actually went to a barber shop because it's very close to my new place. And guy said that, you know, he has military guys come in there like every week or so. I said, do their officers really make that big a deal of high and tight on the side? But anyway, yeah, I'm joining. I enlisted. I'm going to do a tour.
I like it. It's nice to have your haircut
In the
once in a
summer
while.
anyway. I know. I
Yeah,
was sick of
especially when
it.
it's so damn hot.
Yeah.
So how's it going over here?
Good, man. Pretty good.
So, it's here. Let me go ahead and take over the screen. Here we go. Okay. So, the thing that I tweeted out this morning with the dollar index. The dollar index really is brushing up against that 91.35 level. Obviously, it's key. You can see previous support, current resistance is 127% extension at this very last leg lower in the channel. Took us right up to the 127% extension. It's just key resistance. So I took action this morning. I bought euro dollar and I bought some Aussies and I bought some sterling just a moment ago. So I picked up the euro dollar when we were closer to 120.10, and I picked up the cable about 2 pips ago, and I picked up the Aussie right here. And I just, it's like I know where the dollar index is at, and I know that and I also know everybody's playing into this triple top short Aussie right now.
Yeah.
But when you look at this and you go, okay, well, we have this big head and shoulder pattern. This we could obviously, if we break through here, we could trade towards the lows. One of the reasons why we think that the markets came off really quick is China's aircraft and Taiwan's airspace.
Okay.
That's
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, that's what people are blaming it on.
Huh.
But I don't know. I mean,
I know.
all I know is it is pressuring equities a little bit right now, and this could open up the door for a move in the Aussie back to the neckline down here. But I also know that the market is grinding, and by the way, I just posted this, and this is on the Trader Summit site, and this is the S&P, and this is the conversation we've been having about the S&P just being in a parabolic, trend, or going into that parabolic trend. And the only thing that could really rock this right now is a geopolitical event. So if we see, the things between China and Taiwan really heat up, then obviously that's going to be that's where it throws everything off. But as far as right now goes, I think a lot of people are trying to trade into this bearish setup, but you guys know head and shoulder patterns, they don't always work.
What are your targets to the upside, bro?
Well, from here, I'm just playing this range. So if I can get, if I could get this back up at 77.50,
okay.
This morning I would just move the stops to break even and hope that it ends up giving us a failed breakout attempt. And
how about euro?
Oh, the euro right back up to 121.50.
Okay. So
this is really key support. I mean,
okay,
really key support here. And you take like the sterling, we're in a triangle. The sterling, if equities continue to break higher, sterling should break through that triangle resistance. And I think the sterling is really the longer term, where you want to be a dollar
bear
when you came out of this wedge. So those are just my initial thoughts with trading the dollar. And look, equities have pulled back. This might be the biggest pullback we get. So, little bit of geopolitical scare, get some people out, and we're back at the 41.70 support. And, you get, what is this? 0.5% pullback before a rally to new highs. I mean, that's the kind of market we're dealing with right now. Right. So anyway, just some food for thought. So that's what I'm thinking, but let's see what Stelios and Steve are thinking this morning. What's up, guys?
Good morning.
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 How are you?
Good.
Stelios, I thought Stell was going to be with Reddit with his pom-poms for silver after yesterday.
Well, we talked about it yesterday on the
Yeah.
webinar, and when we
Yeah.
talked about it, silver was up like 0.5%.
Yeah.
And as soon as markets opened, all hell broke loose. And
Yeah.
You do realize that Stelios is the guy behind the Reddit
I am,
Reddit.
of course.
He
No, but-
leads their cheers.
evolution.
Silver. Come
Evolution
on,
and
go.
revolution.
No,
Yeah.
but like I said yesterday, this time around they're doing it properly, and they're avoiding ETFs like SLV, and they're using the right way. So let's see what's going to happen. But obviously there's a small correction today along with risk. My view in terms of equities is still the same. I don't see any real change. The whole philosophy right now is more of everything. So yes, we're going to get drawdowns like today, but I think like Blake correctly said, and I think Steve thinks the same, is that there's no real change to the bigger picture. And unfortunately, really, because we do want two-way price action, unfortunately, I think we're going to have a blow off top, and then we'll see what happens. But for the moment, you know what's going to happen. The American market's going to open, and they're just going to buy everything, probably.
Well, it's turnaround Tuesday, but
Yeah.
turnaround Tuesday has just been more of melt up Tuesday, melt up Wednesday, melt up Thursday, melt up Friday.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what we get on turnaround Tuesday nowadays.
Yeah, if it's a day that ends in Y, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So Steve, what's your thoughts here?
Dollar seems to want to continue what it started doing on
Thursday.
Friday today.
Yeah.
And for the time being, equities seem to kind of want to follow. So as long as that's the case, I think we can see a counter trend move, and I wouldn't even be extremely surprised if we saw some type of an acceleration to get some type of a corrective move. But do I think that something major has happened, or have we had a technical development that points to something much bigger? I don't think we've had that yet. In fact, I'm watching the VIX, which is now reaching once again the 20 resistance area. I think that's first, important area of resistance for the VIX. I think we need to break above that in order for us to see, a bigger correction lower in equities, and of course that would trigger some more dollar buying.
That's a false breakdown in the VIX. Remember, everyone was saying we have a breakdown.
Yeah, that's I think you're right. There's a lot of people that lean on the VIX. I mean, on a daily basis. That's like the layup trade, right? You take these spikes higher and you just sell into strength, and it's paid, and it's paid quite handsomely over many years. So
true.
Yeah. So the risk would be that we might get a temporary dollar rally in a risk off type of environment. But, I'd like to see a breach above 91.40, 91.45, like right around here is where I start to get a little concerned with anything that you're doing with the dollar on the short side, because, let's not, ignore that we've been really in breakdown territory since the last week of April. So really the last 2 weeks in the dollar. And
we also have two higher lows if you look at the daily, which
we do,
ignore either.
And in S&P terms, we should at least see a move below 41.10, 41.15, which would at least temporarily, in the short-term charts, produce a lower low.
Yes, the 41.10 is a real key support.
A real key support in the short-term chart, right? Because if we zoom out, it's still a minor support area, right? But at least we need to get that out of the way, so we can, start feeling more comfortable about a deeper correction.
Sure, but you know what here's just intraday. I want you guys to see I want you guys to know why I'm a little hesitant, even with the equity markets selling off a little bit right now. Like, I know it's easy to get excited when you see what is this, a 20-point move in the S&P, and you're like, oh my God, it's starting.
It's breaking down.
It's breaking
dumping.
down. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Historical developments happening as we speak.
Right. So before you get too excited about that, like I look at the US dollar Mexican peso, for example, and just realize that we just, did a little false breakout above the highs here, and then we're reversing. Or you take the dollar Canadian that's had a nice bounce, squeezed out some shorts. And you're right, Dale, this was my chart of the day yesterday. And I still think that the risk is lower, especially while you're below this level right here at 123.70.
I said it on Friday, I think, on the webinar. Somebody that wants to jump the gun and look lower in equities. I said on Friday that the DAX looked much better positioned for another leg lower than the US indices.
Oh yeah, and it is cracking this morning.
Yeah.
And if you're going to play into an index, don't play in the U.S. markets, because play in the ones that have really diverged away from them. And I think some of the European exchanges look a little weaker, right? So I didn't think you just have to be really careful as we head into North American trade. You guys know what happens is, people get excited about the downside in equities, and then we are at risk of just
another index I like, Blake, technically speaking, for another leg lower, and it hasn't broken down yet, is the Shanghai Composite. I think it has a very, very clean technical structure. Yep, that one.
Yeah. And I mean, we're sitting here in a flag pattern, maybe a false breakout. And yeah, I mean, here's the 200-day moving average. So we are really just kind of holding. And yeah, I think if you see a breakdown in the Shanghai Composite, that might actually translate into, some risk off in other markets too.
Yep.
Yeah. So good. Dale, so what do you think, Dale, going into Turnaround Tuesday? Is this the day that we actually roll over and we start our epic 50% correction from highs?
No, only 30.
Only 30. All right. As long as we're getting just 30%. I don't even know if I want to play the short side of equities.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Just back to 2,600 S&Ps.
That's it. That's it.
That's
all you're asking for, huh?
Just a quick scalp.
That's great. Well, hey guys, I want to first of all, thanks for the humor. If you're a Forex Analytics subscriber, remember we do the morning edge here in just a few minutes, and that's where in about 45 minutes, that's where we fill out the bias chart. We put all this together for you every day, kind of address like any specific currencies or commodities or anything that you want to cover. So we really address questions there and look at what you want to look at after we do the bias chart. Also, I want to mention that if you haven't tried out Forex Analytics, make sure you do so. I know we haven't run a special in a while, and maybe as we near summer, for those people that are going to be around and aren't traveling a whole lot because of COVID, maybe we will do a week-long special or something for those of you that want to try to get a better price. But if you want to try to get Forex Analytics for free, if you live outside the US and Canada, open a Pepperstone account. They are our webinar sponsor, but if you open a Pepperstone account, you can get up to 4 months free. You get 2 months when you open your account. You get another 2 months of premium Forex Analytics when you trade. Was it 5 lots?
Yes, 5 standard lots. Yeah,
5 standard lots. So make sure you open a Pepperstone account if you can. And then if you're in the United States or Canada and you're not getting cashback rebates, make sure you visit Forest Park FX. So So just wanted to make sure I mentioned that they are webinar sponsors, guys. They make this happen for us every day. And remember, if you're also you're on YouTube right now and you're listening in via YouTube, make sure you give us a thumbs up and make sure you comment down there too. And our moderators will try to get out there and interact with you. So thanks
Yeah,
for tuning in.
Don't give us the finger, or we'll cry.
I've had plenty of fingers before. I'm thick skinned. You guys can flip me off all day, all you want. All right,
Not
guys.
me. I'm sensitive.
Paul asked, how much do you need to deposit with Pepperstone? I'm not 100% sure of that question.
Me neither, and I'm not even sure if it's the same for every country. But I think it's not.
It's not a
high
lot.
amount. Yeah.
I think it's a very nominal amount.
Yeah.
There, Sinatra, Ingmar has an account, so he's saying 200 euros in Germany.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, and so
Ariel
said
saying
100 euros. So yeah, I mean,
100
it just
pounds
depends. Or 100 pounds. I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
it's really pretty small amounts, but
Yeah.
take advantage of them. Plus, they have a premium service for if you start trading there pretty actively, they'll take care of you. That's the nice thing about Pepperstone is they actually have premium
broker
account
assist.
representatives that actually if you're an active
Yeah.
trader, they'll reach out and take care of you. So anyway, I'll let
Like
you guys
Vegas.
go. Dale, have a great interview.
You too, buddy.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Blake. Thank you,
Thanks, guys.
Steve.
Thank you,
Thank
Dale.
you, Stelio. We have 007 here, Nargis. How are you? Welcome back to Face. I don't know how many times we've had this opportunity to talk to each other over the past few years. Do you know
Hi, Dale.
Nargis?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good morning, Dale. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, my trading warrior sister? Everything going okay?
Yeah, everything going
Good.
okay. And yes,
So-
we've been here quite few years. I think after 2018, you saw me. So
Okay.
it's been a
So
few.
what have we done? Probably done around 6 or 8 interviews or so.
Yeah, definitely 5, 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So are we going to talk about charts with a cup of chai?
Yeah, cup of chai. Yes, the chai man
Okay.
is not here today, so yeah.
Okay. He's fired. All right. He should be up. You and I are on the West Coast. He should be up by 5:30. Anyway,
No, he's yeah.
you want to share your screen, and
Yes.
I'm interested in what your numbers are saying. We're getting a little bit of a pullback
Share
in
skin.
S&Ps, and NASDAQ has been the weak sister for a few weeks now. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yeah. So you're showing the NASDAQ too. All right.
Yeah. So
Because it's been
yes.
weaker than the S&Ps, hasn't it?
Yes. So yeah. So remember last time when we had talked, we had a target on ES as 4489, right?
I do.
So yes, so that is still there. And I think last time when we talked, I joked about that. By the next interview, who knows, we may be there. So it's a couple of hundred short.
Yeah.
And
what did you have at 42.25? Because an Elliotician that I interviewed, I think the week the week before we got to 42.20, had a completed count up there at 42.20. What did you have at 225?
Yeah,
and can it become more? What would make it become more important and take 44.89 off the table for a while?
Yes, short term, only short term it can matter. This 44.89 we may not see it, because look at how this has been going, right? Without a pause or retest of or back test of this thing. I mean, in the last couple of weeks, if we have noticed, it wouldn't even lose a point gracefully, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I say. If it doesn't do it gracefully, then it will do it forcefully, right?
Okay.
So I think right now we are just looking at some pressure relieving on daily, the way it has just um, run up so much without any breaks, and nothing has been tested, um, back tested to where it had gone up from. So as of now, so that's what 42.25 is another price cycle. So every price cycle, you see some reactions happening. Like, I said 40.65. So it does react there, though it may just go, sit around that number for some time before it wants to, take the journey back up, going towards 4489. So as of now, that 42.25 will also mean the same thing, along with the so much run up pressure, that it wants to relax something and give back. So this was here we had broken out, sorry, not down, broken out, up, and no break so far from this range to up till here. And then since the time it reached 41.61 to 42.25, it's just uh, you know
Grinded.
this up move from here has been very laborious.
Yeah,
It
it has.
so
Great
yes,
word. Yeah.
yeah.
Should have
So
been a journalist.
yeah, so now, right now we are coming down to back test, and there is a whole big range of supports coming in, like 41.61 it did today, and that will be an important number to see whether it bounces up from here, goes back up, test, and then with an ABC wants to come down more, or just keeps flushing until it relaxes the pressure somewhere here, all these numbers until comes here 39 60 something, or
Oh.
39.80, that range. So
Well,
40.65.
that may be relaxing the chart, but you're not going to have a lot of relaxation by longs if that happens.
Sorry,
They
what
won't
was
feel
that last?
relaxed. It may
Oh
help
yeah.
relax the chart, but
The chart. Yes.
longs are not going to be relaxed
Not
during
going, not going
yeah.
to be happy. I mean, they're not going to be happy with this move even,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so every day the indices or the stock needs to move up. So
Oh
this,
yeah.
even 1 point down is a big thing,
Oh
as you said.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
I
world
ordered
ending.
dinner the other day and they brought me a lemonade and I didn't like it. It was too sour. I sent it back. So, when
Yeah.
people complain, oh, and then the steak was tough. And I sent it back and I go, oh, everyone was so sorry the dinner didn't work out. I go, oh, big deal. Everything's like sour lemonade. Don't sweat the small stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know,
Eh,
I know. So
yeah.
people not having much patience. They, in one direction, the patience is only in one direction, not the other direction. So this NQ, so I wanted to show you some. So we talked about this XVX and everything, but what
Yeah.
I wanted to show you was, wanted to show you 3 months and beyond, right?
Okay.
Um, so see these run-ups which have gone,
Yeah.
XPX
Yeah.
and the
Parabolic.
yearly, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This was Jan 99, and now we are back at getting oversold with a, still it is a bearish divergence.
Yeah.
But
That's
look at
interesting. Look at what
but
our
look at this.
RSI got up to in
Yeah, it's 85
1999.
85 now or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was almost
And
100.
yeah, so this is one big single line, and one big single line. Look
Yeah.
at this is at 80, 90 something. This is 95.
Yeah.
Netflix straight line,
All of them.
Google straight line, uh, Nvidia straight line, Facebook maybe a little bit. Oh, Facebook is also, all of
Yeah.
them are straight line. Even on a 3 monthly chart, if you see it on a quarterly chart, these have run up so much, and then they all see this. They all are coming up. Like, Amazon did the 3601 after hours, but it didn't do it during the day. The regular trading hours. So 3601 earlier also, when it made a new high, 3552 to 3601, it's almost the price cycle. Like, as I say, within 50% to 25% of the level. So it had completed its price cycle. So now only it just threw off to the exact number 3601 with a little excess, pointing that sometime in future it will go up. But right now they're all sitting at an inflection point of completing a price cycle. And this 3-month quarterly chart and the yearly chart, that's what giving me a pause that either these should pull back, not right away, but anytime when the indices are done, these would give back nicely to relax some, at least come down to 10-day or something. See, this is at 2500 approximately, or
Yeah.
a longer term of consolidation going in a tighter range of, Amazon few hundred points, and then base out like Facebook, right? Facebook here had based based out here and then
Yeah.
broke out. So these may do something like this, but a nicer pullback, I feel that may be coming in sometimes, maybe after later part in the year or so. But these do look, it all depends on where ES or Nasdaq also is. We had Apple ER, we had Amazon ERs, we had Facebook, but it did not take out that for 14,161, no matter how much. And then Amazon gave a good clue, Apple gave a good clue. These two monsters didn't move. So that was a clue, at least to me, that with these earnings out, now the indices may be able to relax some. At least right now, I'll just say pull back to the mean on at least smaller time frame, which they had not done in a long time. Right now, we are seeing that 4-hour chart is coming down to the mean. So all this is still an everyday thing. But the fact that they had run up a lot without even coming down on a smaller time frame, like 2-hour chart on 10-day, that says something, right? What kind of strength it was running up with. So now if it wants to
Amazing
relax,
strength.
I always say, look at the distance between 10-day and the price. That should clue you in what can happen, suddenly one fine day.
Well,
So,
something I learned about parabolic moves, parabolic advances, is that once they're over, it's over.
yeah,
You
definitely.
ever think about
And
that? Instead of it relaxing, that, parabolic moves start really giving up, 20, 30% from their peaks. That's kind
yes,
of it may end up being a trade, but to achieve the heights of the parabola may not be achievable.
yes,
Again,
definitely, Dale. Yes. The only reason I am just right now looking at these numbers, going until 39, late 3900s, is because that 4489 is still not done. Now, again,
okay.
around this number 3982, 4225, does it want to waste some time here, as they say, go away in May and something like that? So
Yeah.
would it do that? Or, that's why I'm calling it as a relaxation, because nothing is saying that, nothing major has been broken as of now. So it's still,
Right.
the high was 4220 on XPX or something like that, or 4211 on ES. So it's
Yeah.
just 4 points down. On SPY, 4 points down, or 40, 50 points down on the
Yeah.
indices from the high. That's hardly anything, the way it has been run up.
Yeah. True.
So until a major level is broken, we'll still see whether this has some good, after May, June, this still has some good legs to shoot up one more time and then achieve this. Because right now people did had idea that the way it is running up, it can give up. So I had seen a lot of people talking about, oh my God, some bearishness may develop, this can happen, that can happen. So when people are cautious like this, I don't think, they can, but I don't think they may drop too much, because people are expecting it. So the drop should come when people are not expecting that much, and there is still a lot of euphoria, and people are still buying, selling their houses, and buying into stocks like the Bitcoin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
highly it's possible that we may see another leg up
Sure.
after this relaxation, and then we see.
Okay.
Nasdaq is also like,
Yeah.
still doing this. So the major point which I wanted to point out was these only, like, the reason all these fangs and the are not moving is because on the quarterly and the yearly chart, they don't have any more space to run. Right? How much can we expect them poor things to keep on going and going without taking a break? So they have been taking a break for quite some time and still trading within the range since they've hit a price cycle. Now Amazon
Okay.
has broken the or rather reset the cycle. So in future, the targets which I had around 4,000 to upwards of 4,000, that is still valid, but short term it is done 3601 until it until indices and everything else decides that it's time to go up. So I'll be looking at it to go more on the sideways to some pullbacks unless it starts trading about 3601 or 3671. So until it starts doing that, I would still assume it'll just waste time. When I say waste time, meaning in a range to
Okay.
downside. Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
And one of the things which I wanted to show you was the CL.
Oh,
Remember,
okay.
we had also talked about this, that on the monthly chart, this is looking good to move up. And
Very
it did go.
fashionable hat.
Yeah, that was the beach visit for me, California beach. Yeah, I'm very sensitive to sun, so
Yeah, I know you're a sensitive woman.
yeah. Oh no, I'm not that. Yeah, come on, we are
All
traders.
right.
We can't be that
Just your
sensitive.
skin.
Yeah.
You don't have thick skin like me.
I know the
Anyway,
market makes you that, right? It will take you to the
yeah,
laundry so
I've
many
lost
times
my
that you're
heart.
done.
I'm a robot now. All
So
right. So, all right. See, we have fun on our dates here. So let's see. Crude on the verge of breaking out, Nargis. What do you think?
yes. So what I'm saying here is around 59 something, or let's just say 60, because it was late 59.
Yeah.
If as long as the weekly stays above, this has a higher path going into testing this area to, all this area is open 100 in the late 70s to hundreds. And right now it's just so it hit the target 65, pulled back, and probably consolidating here. But I think this crude is set on to move here sometime.
Okay.
And as long as the weekly keeps over 60, this is good to go. So that makes Russell do what? Do good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's
Yeah.
why
And the
Russell.
Russell hasn't made a new high. I don't know for how long.
Yes, so it's stuck at 24.
Yeah.
2401. It did a little bit under it, but yes.
Yeah. See,
It's just
people are calling this a head and shoulders. That's a pretty elongated shoulder, though.
so this one, and this one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This right shoulder would be too
Yeah.
extended.
Yeah. Doesn't
Yeah.
look symmetrical, but there you go. There's a triangle.
Yeah. So this monthly we talked last time that Russell had never done this. It always loves to stay around 10-day, but
Yeah.
the ferocious breakout it had last time when he said it was this distance was around more than 300 points, and in my opinion, for Russell to have that is too big of a
Okay.
gap.
Yeah.
So probably it'll try to reduce this gap by mostly sideways for some time. So it has
Okay.
been doing that 2100 to 23ish, a couple of 100 points. It's been going up. This monthly candle see goes up and then gives back up and all that. So until it comes up to a decent size, it may still do that. Or probably, if the flush is in the cards for the short term, who knows?
Okay.
It already did 2100, coming down to 1900.
It's too far away from what average is at the 10-day,
10
you
day
said?
on the
Where's it?
monthly.
Oh, okay. 10-day on the monthly.
Yeah.
All right.
So 10-day is where it is 1940. So, some dance around this here. So it has already reduced some. Last time when we had talked, it was somewhere here, more than 300 or 500, 400. I don't remember, but it was too big a number, into few hundreds. And that creates a lot of pressure for it to not move. Weekly has now caught up. All this distance has been filled up. But see how choppy it is, because it doesn't have any more reason to move around, because it already hit 20. It didn't hit 2401, but somewhere like within 25%, right? 2368 was the high. So 40 points, and that's within 25% of that. So now 2257, it is showing 5758. Close below that, 10-day on the weekly can have some downward pressure for it. A lot of kind of support coming in. If this breaks down, then we have some going to the mean, going to 20-day can happen for here, and then 50-day somewhere coming down to this 50-day. Makes the monthly okay, but this is a very big distance. And Russell, all the it has, yes,
Okay.
it's a lot of
Can you
pressure.
give me your, where you think from the 4220 level, where
Yeah.
the next significant support is in the S&P?
Next significant what am I saying?
Significant support?
Support is
The tongue twister.
4065.
4065. Okay.
4065. That should not only release some pressure, it should be a bounce point as well. Last time it came down to early 4100s, I think 4101 or somewhere, yes. And then it bounced off the 4097 level. So that has been holding it up. But that 4065 has not been tested.
Okay.
If that gets tested here sometime, then it's a good this thing. But below that, a lot of weakness can. I had here, right? Where did my ES go? Yeah. See this area is all open until it comes down here, and that can also be
fibs.
Yeah. So that is also a 618, and this is also somewhere here is also 50% of that. So, and ES loves a little deeper. So I wouldn't be surprised if that 3845 also gets tested, because it's never, at least ES is hardly satisfied with 618. It wants to go 70 to 80%. Those are its retracements which it loves generally. 90% of the time that happens, going a little deeper than just being satisfied at 618. But these are good bounce points. So it has a lot of levels to bounce right now.
Yeah.
So 4161 is still holding as of now as we are talking. So
yeah.
I look for 4161 daily close below it to see any more weakness for that.
Okay, and we're right there, and that's based on the SPY, not the SPX.
No, I look at all the three. So a SPY would be around 1416. 416. Yeah, that's 3 digits. 416.
Okay.
XPX and ES, they overlap. The numbers are generally the same, except RTH XPX is leading by 7-8 points now. So upside it will reach faster, and downside ES will go first. It'll reach first. So
well,
so
some
on
nice
closing basis.
Yeah, some nice telescopic views looking at quarterly charts that suggest a pause up here. And just the rubber band stretched, and it has to relax a little bit. So best way to follow Nargis is at Nargis 007. And she's very active, and she really likes to help people. And I think you have your own little community happening, right, Nargis?
Yeah, so there are
Yes.
quite a few followers, and I've made some good friends and acquaintances with fellow
Uh,
traders who do similar work, or some are very good fundamentalists, some are very good Elliott waves, some are very good fibs. Overall, there is a mix and match of everything. And
yeah,
what I've realized is no matter how you try to catch your nose, you always arrive at the same point,
yeah,
something similar, right?
yeah. It's
So
interesting when different methods point towards similar outcomes.
yeah, so the earth is round, and no matter how you go, you'll arrive.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you so much, Nargis, for coming here and sharing your work with us.
thank
We
you so much, Dale,
appreciate.
for having me.
Any
Yeah,
last
thanks to you
words?
too.
I mean, last words for this interview, not last words, but
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
tell people um, what your self-talk is right before you get into a trade.
My self-talk is it's okay to not make a profit, but it's not okay to have a big loss. Okay. So in
Beautiful.
these markets, have your head on your shoulders. Uh,
Yeah,
Small profits, the money in your pocket is real versus what you see on paper.
that's
Don't
right.
chase on Fintuit. There are many things going on. This stock is going up, this is going up, this is going up. So these are not the times to be careless, or rather too much ferocious to say, okay, let's go all in, let's do this, let's do this. I do, for some reason, I do feel something is brewing up. I can't put a finger on it, but when I sleep, these things come into my, when I'm in deep sleep, these things come that something is going to happen. So I'm getting that feeling. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's always good to be a little bit more careful with, especially with your money and on Fintuit, listening to everyone, even me.
Okay. All right. So there's your intuition and tapping into the universal consciousness, and I feel the same vibe. So if we feel it, there's other people feeling it. A lot of people are saying the only thing that could really take the market down, because you have the Fed has the markets back, fiscal stimulus would be a geopolitical event. Is that what you're
Yes.
seeing in
Yes,
your dreams?
geopolitical. Yes, definitely, because now, uh, you know, it's always so
I
surprising,
mean, it's
right?
like
That
COVID is being controlled. Happy days are here again, right before something that makes COVID look like a picnic.
that's there, but what I seeing is, like, in India, as we hear that things are really bad, right? The strain which is there is not so good, right? I don't
Yeah,
have the technical details of the strain, but looks like it's not so great. Think about it, that if something similar were to travel around, and then we are back to square one where we were 1 year ago,
yeah,
you know
that would do it.
uh, yeah, so
2,600 S&Ps under that environment. So, uh,
yes,
I want to thank you, Nargis. I really enjoy our chats that we have all the time,
yeah,
and
me
I'm
too,
going to
Dale.
rebook you and for us to talk again this summer. I hope you have a real prosperous trading season for the rest of the spring into summer and the rest of the year, and that your teachings help people and give them a lift up along the way of a very difficult endeavor.
Thank you,
I
Dale, and
tip
same to
my
you.
hat. I tip my hat to you, Nargis.
Thank
And
you,
I'm not
Dale. I
even
really,
wearing
really appreciate it.
and
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
really,
even
really
wearing one.
appreciate it. And
I
same
don't
to
wear
you. I wish
hats.
you the same.
Thank you. All right,
Thank
everyone.
you.
So follow Nargis on Twitter at Nargis, Nargis 007. That's, you could tell she's a secret agent. There it is. And everyone enjoy the rest of the trading day. Remember, take partial profits, and you could join the team in 15 minutes. Yeah, she just put up her Twitter handle, Raj. There you go. And you could join the team in 15 minutes for the morning edge. Good hunting. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. Thank you again, Nargis. Adios.
Thanks. Adios.